Remember when augmented reality was just about those flashy filters on social media, dancing avatars, or maybe catching a Pokémon on your sidewalk? That was just the warm-up act. Now, AR and what we call spatial computing are evolving into something much, much deeper. They're quietly becoming a fundamental part of our everyday lives. From how we design our homes to how we work, learn, and even play, reality itself is getting a major software update. Today, we're diving into how spatial and mixed reality are reshaping the world around us, and what that means for you, your job, and the next wave of technology. Let's start with the big question: what does spatial computing actually mean? In simple terms, it's technology that allows digital information to interact naturally with the physical world around you. Think of it as a computer that understands your environment, your walls, your desk, even your hand gestures, and seamlessly blends digital content right into it. So instead of being stuck staring at a flat screen, you can literally walk through your day to grab a 3D model with your hands or collaborate with a colleague who's miles away as if they were standing right beside you. This isn't just about virtual reality, where you escape the real world. This is mixed reality, where the digital and the real worlds coexist and enhance each other. Of course, this revolution needs hardware, and the latest headsets and wearables are finally making the experience both immersive and genuinely useful. You've probably heard of the Apple Vision Pro, which made spatial computing a household phrase almost overnight. Then there's the Meta Quest 3, which masterfully blends AR and VR for both incredible gaming and serious productivity. In the corporate world, the Microsoft HoloLens 2 is leading the charge in professional training and industrial design. And we're also seeing sleek, lightweight AR glasses from innovative startups like Surreal and Magic Leap. What all these devices do is map your surroundings in real time. This allows digital content to be anchored to real-world surfaces, so a virtual screen can hang in midair above your desk, or a 3D architectural model can sit right on your coffee table. The screen is finally breaking free from the rectangle. The workplace is where spatial computing is already proving its immense practical value. Imagine architects and engineers walking through a full-scale digital blueprint of a building before a single brick is laid. Surgeons are performing complex operations with 3D overlays showing them exactly where critical arteries are located. Factory technicians are wearing headsets that display step-by-step repair instructions right in their line of sight, leaving their hands completely free to work. The results are astounding. At Boeing, technicians building complex aircraft wiring systems used AR-guided assembly and managed to reduce error rates by nearly 90%. At Volkswagen, engineers are using AR for collaborative design reviews, shaving months off their iteration time. And remote work is about to get a serious upgrade. Forget boring Zoom calls. Imagine virtual meetings where everyone's holographic avatar sits around the same table, catching ideas on a shared 3D whiteboard floating in the middle of the room. This isn't science fiction anymore, it's the new frontier of productivity. But perhaps the biggest winner in all of this will be education. Let's be honest, not everyone learns best from reading a textbook or watching a 2D video. With AR and mixed reality, students can see, touch, and interact with knowledge. Picture a medical student exploring a full-scale, interactive holographic human body, or a physics student manipulating virtual particles that are floating all around them. This is already happening at leading universities like Imperial College London and MIT, where our labs are transforming how complex subjects are taught. And for remote learners who don't have access to physical labs, mixed reality can create virtual laboratories that feel just as real and hands-on. This has the potential to redefine education in the same way the internet did, by bringing a powerful sense of presence and interactivity to learning. Naturally, entertainment is where most of us will have our first taste of AR, and it's evolving incredibly fast. Gaming has moved far beyond simple overlays. We now have fully interactive mixed worlds. Games like Asgard's Wrath 2 or sandbox games on the Quest 3 dynamically blend your real room with digital environments. Soon, you might walk into your living room, and your favorite game will adapt its level design to the furniture and space around you. But it's not just gaming. Concerts, sports, and museums are all becoming spatial experiences. Fans at NBA games can now use their phones to see live stats and player bios hovering above the court in real time. Artists like Travis Scott have hosted massive virtual concerts inside 3D worlds, attended by millions of people simultaneously. Entertainment is no longer just on a screen, it's all around you. You might not even realize it, but you probably already use spatial tech every day. When you use Google Maps Live View to navigate a busy street, that's AR. When you virtually try on a new pair of glasses or see how a new sofa would look in your living room, that's AR. When your phone's camera measures a wall or scans a room, that's spatial computing at work. And healthcare is embracing it in profound ways. Doctors are using mixed reality for diagnostics, to guide physiotherapy exercises, and to educate patients. Imagine your doctor showing you a 3D model of what is happening inside your own body before surgery. That's technology building empathy and understanding. In short, spatial computing isn't just a story about gadgets anymore. It's a story about people. So, what's the magic behind all of this? It's a powerful combination of three key technologies: artificial intelligence, computer vision, and context awareness. Spatial computing devices use AI-driven vision models to understand the world around them, mapping walls, recognizing objects, and tracking your hand and eye movements in real time. This is what allows for such natural interaction. There's no keyboard, no mouse. You interact with your voice, your gaze, and your gestures. As the sensors like LiDAR, depth cameras, and tiny neural processors get smaller, smarter, and more efficient, these systems will become lighter, faster, and far more accessible. Soon, AR will move from headsets to what we call ambient devices, holographic displays embedded in your car's windshield, your everyday glasses, or even the walls of your home. Of course, with any powerful new technology, there are significant challenges to address. We can't ignore the very real questions around privacy. A spatial map of your home or office contains incredibly sensitive data. There's also motion sickness. Not everyone's brain and body are comfortable in mixed reality just yet. And we have to consider digital fatigue. When the virtual and physical worlds overlap constantly, what happens to our focus and our connection to reality? This brings up a deeper, philosophical question: what happens when the digital and the physical become indistinguishable? When a digital memory feels as real as a physical one, how do we even define reality? We'll need more than just better devices. We'll need thoughtful design that creates experiences that add meaning to our lives, rather than just distracting from them. Right now, we are at the very beginning of a shift that's as big as the invention of the smartphone. Just like touchscreens completely changed how we interact with information, facial interfaces are going to change how we live with it. In just a few years, your desktop might be your entire living room wall. Your meeting room could be any physical space you walk into. And your devices could simply dissolve into the background, replaced by intuitive gestures, your gaze, and a sense of shared presence. This is computing that moves beyond screens. This is living technology. Ultimately, the true power of mixed reality isn't in the flashy graphics or the sci-fi glasses. It's in making the digital world feel human again. For decades, we've had to bend ourselves to fit the rigid logic of computers, learning their interfaces, their shortcuts, and their languages. Now, for the first time, computers are finally learning ours. When technology can understand space, gesture, and emotion, it stops being just a tool and starts becoming a true companion. That's the future that spatial computing is leading us toward, a world that is interactive, not just informational. So, the next time you see someone wearing a headset and think it looks a little strange, just remember, that's what people said about the first smartphone users back in 2007. Spatial computing is just getting started, and in a few years, it may be as normal as checking your messages or scrolling through photos. If this kind of future fascinates you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll keep exploring how technology, AI, and the human experience are converging to create something entirely new. And let me know in the comments, what is one thing you would love to do in our mixed reality if it were possible today? Thanks for watching. Stay curious, And I'll see you in the next reality.